Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Total War, where we're playing as House Dagoth, and we are fighting a few battles on a few fronts right now. Fortunately, especially pointed out in the comments, we took out Aldvalothi, and when we did, the last general of the Ashlanders died with it. So the Ashlanders disappeared, and now we have this town. Thank you for the... I don't have the name right now. Someone in the comments for pointing that out. That was a mystery to me. So we can attack them this turn. Let's just merge that army really quickly. And so we're prepared to do that. Yes, I'm sure you are. Now over here on our eastern front, we're launching our main attack here against the Telvanni in Proloris. And once we take that out, I believe we'll hold this entire landmass here. Then we can move our armies to Sadith Mora, and I always forget the R in there. And we're going to take this army out. He's just been actually, maybe we don't even... You know what? We got to take their army out. We don't know what it's going to do. But it's like that their army that's sitting here, they're not attacking. They're just sitting there wasting money for the Telvanni. So I was just like, it crossed my mind. Maybe I just leave them to do their thing and ignore them and let them weigh down on the Telvanni's treasuries. But I don't know. We'll see. So then after this is all done, I don't know if there's anything on these islands. There might be something on there. No, I'm pretty sure this is all just Port Telvanni's. So, Telvannis, however you pronounce that. So after we take these two settlements here, we can move straight onto their capital and finish the Telvanni off, hopefully once and for all. But first, I think we got to fight this small battle. What are we facing off against? I can't quite tell. It says there's a wooden wall, but I know for a fact there's not a wooden wall. At least, I hope there isn't, because I made a small change to the settlements also, as was suggested, and I'm not sure how that's going to affect things, so hopefully this won't start crashing like crazy. That would be beautiful. So I'm going to build a bunch of siege equipment just in case, and in fact I need to. Even though there's no wall there, I need to build siege equipment. For balance purposes is what I'm going to say. Anyways, Aldvalothi is kind of rebelling. I'm not really sure what to do about that. Guess I should start by sending these curates into this territory to start converting it to our religion. I think that's one of the major causes of unrest here right now. Yep, in fact that is the major cause of unrest, is religious tensions. So our curate should serve to ease that divide a little bit. Anyways, with the main Ashland threat dealt with, it looks like my primary army here is not actually going to be required up in the north. I think we can take it out. We can take out Nisus with what we've got. Plus, with reinforcements from the towns, we can just reinforce it with some low-tier units, and that should be enough. I'm going to send these guys back to Vivek. Plus, I get to piss off the Imperials even more by sending men through their territory, and that is always welcome. However, this general, he is needed up here in Aldvalothi, I think, so we're going to send him there. How many turns is that going to take? 1, 2, 3. He should be there within 3 turns. Hopefully we haven't just faced a full-scale rebellion by then. We probably will have. Oh well. So this is interesting. Moving our spies south here, we've discovered a Hlalu army on our borders, which is really odd since this is not Hlalu territory. This is tribunal territory. So what are they doing over here? Do the Hlalu have like more territory over here or something? Because in order to get an army up there, the Hlalu will have had to march all the way up past some kind of tribunal town in this area and up towards the Telvanni borders. So I'm confused as to what the Hlalu are doing up there. There is a... what's my chance of... 70% chance, 70, it doesn't even really matter what I spy on. Yeah, they have some Silt Striders, so they have some big troops in this force with Captain Dural. We have basically direct counter to Silt Striders, I think, with our mages. Basically, you hit them once or twice with some mages and they just go berserk and start killing their own guys. But if I'm facing them without any mages in my army... I do have some mages over here, so that's fine. If I'm facing them without mages, I'm not sure. They might be a little bit more difficult to handle. Anyways, yeah, point being, we have some pretty large tribunal armies patrolling around this area, right next to Ebonheart. So fortunately, we've left them with a pretty formidable defense force here, but we'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully, Ebonheart can hold out long enough for us to defeat the Telvanni and kind of reform up a line over here. Once we've formed up a solid line... we can send our main army with our powerful troops, which is actually up here now. They will be in Vivek. We can send that down south to reinforce Ebonheart and then kind of strike with 3 armies wide down along this area to try and take out the rest of the Dunmer houses. So, I'm pretty sure in Proloris there are no it's got 41 units, and that is, yeah, General's Bodyguards. So, there are no mages, Telvanni Masters in Proloris, so I think I'm going to send my assassins. Almost guaranteed some of these have got to hold Telvanni Masters, right? They have some Telvanni Spellweavers. Surely there must be a Telvanni general in there, probably their faction leader. Just in case, I'm going to start sending this assassin in this fleet up towards them. So eventually I'll be able to land them there, and hopefully he'll be able to assassinate some of those Telvanni units. Maybe I can even take out the Telvanni faction by destroying their faction leaders. How about these guys? That's just a captain. This is a magister. That's a magister, so that's too bad. And in fact, I should have landed him on here and killed that magister. I might do that next turn, kind of take a little bit of a detour from heading over there. That's probably what I'm going to do. Because if I can take out their leaders, then these massive armies just wandering around the field, I'm not sure in this game how it works. Do they just turn into rebel armies, or do they disappear entirely? If they disappear entirely, then that's even better. I'm just saying, like, judging by what happened over here at Nisus, there's just suddenly no sign of that massive, or I guess it wasn't quite massive anymore, but that Ashlander army that was over here, they just seem to have disappeared off the map. So, judging by that, all of the armies should just disappear when I kill the leaders. So yeah, 70% chance. Let's see if we can get our spy a little bit of experience here. Hopefully he doesn't die. That would be a little bit inconvenient, but I do think I have an Explorer's Guild or whatever in Ebonheart, so I can just train another one if he does die, and he does die with a 70% chance. I kind of suspected that would happen because that's just my luck. We'll just train another spy here. If he died to that, he wasn't worth having anyway. Alright, now the major battle of this turn, I suppose, will be the taking of Proloris. I'm actually going to send Dagoth in, and I think he has the more powerful army. Yes, he does have the more powerful army, so I'm going to take the city with him instead of taking it with the other guy. And I don't really need the reinforcements, I don't think. And I can attack this turn because I have siege equipment. Beautiful. Yeah, no. Command this army in battle. I think I just attempt a night attack and that'll eliminate him from the battle, which should be fine. Yeah, it's just a bunch of militia. This shouldn't be a big deal. I'm going to attack with just Dagoth's army, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so even though I told this guy not to come and launch the night attack, it looks like he's decided to come anyways. So, okay, they're here. I've told them to stay on the defensive, so hopefully they won't just charge in and start losing all their soldiers unnecessarily. On the bright side, if they do decide to just stand there, then they've distracted like their entire army and they've deployed a whole bunch of troops on the other side. And why can those things reach these units? They shouldn't be able to. So I gotta retreat my ballistas a little bit, and that is really annoying. It looks like there's some kind of bug that just has this thing floating in the middle of the screen, so that's unfortunate. Okay, there we go. Now we're out of range. Alright. Good. Now turn around and attack the gate with, yes, flaming ballistas, even though we're raining right now, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Anyways, okay, now with my mages selected, let's try and drive these guys rabid over here. See if we can't berserk the Silt Striders. Maybe they can do some good work for us. Yep, okay, there we go. Berserked. Awesome. And now, maybe, who else is a good target? Let's just stop firing right there. Don't really want to fire at will here. And stop firing at the Silt Striders. They're our buddies now. I don't know. There are not really any good targets for the mages to hit right now. These guys are hiding tightly behind the walls. The rest of the guys are on these walls over here, so they're out of range. So they're just gonna hold fire for the time being, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, and the gates are down. Ooh, come on, hit someone. Alright, got some. Awesome. Anyways, okay, so the gates are being guarded by Telvanni men-at-arms and Spear Militia. And is there anyone else incoming? It looks like they're actually running away. They don't have control over their Silt Striders, so that's fine. In that case, they do have their towers. I think Dagoth is heavily armored enough that the towers shouldn't do too much damage before he gets past them into here. Alternatively, I could send up some Ash Zombies. They're really fast, so they should minimize the time that they'll be taking damage to other walls. But I'm not sure if they're powerful enough to take on these two units head-on, so I gotta send up Dagoth, or I don't need Ash Zombies stuck here blocking the gate. Then I can't get anyone else in without sending them past the tower. So I'm gonna send out Dagoth first and just have him sprint in past this gate. And hopefully he can deal with these guys, and then once the gate's taken, we can send in the rest of the forces inside the city. He's taking a lot of fire. He hasn't lost anyone yet, though. Run, Forrest, run! Oh, he lost one guy. Okay, one guy, and they're good. Oh, wait, no, one more shot. Okay, there we go. Now they're good. They lost one person heading in here. Okay, now they should be able to take these guys out, no problem. Probably even more reinforcements if they decide to come in and help. Dagoth is a really powerful unit, and then once they're taken care of, we can move everyone in. And the towers are starting to go down already. Awesome. Unfortunately, it looks like Dagoth's unit is being pushed out of the gates just by the sheer mass of these troops. Looks like they must be outnumbered, or maybe these guys are considered heavier. I'm not sure how mass works in this game either. They should not really be losing this fight, and they're not. They've only taken a couple casualties, but for some reason they're being pushed outside. Which would be fine, except that Dagoth himself is kind of inside the city, separated from the rest of his force now, so hopefully he's strong enough not to just die. Though he is just like taking guy after guy out. There are two of them. I don't know which one the real Dagoth is. Probably this guy, because he's just wrecking them. He's taken down like 3 guys already, and he's going for a 4th. Oh, he gets hit for a... Oh man, this cowardly Telvanni guy coming in from the side here with a jab to the back. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's going to stand. Yeah, he's completely surrounded now, so that could be an issue. They don't actually own the gate right now, so I'm going to send in some Ash Zombies just to add some mass to this force and hopefully push them through the gate to help Dagoth out. Yeah, here they come. Alright, nice. Now that said, he should not be falling anytime soon. Whichever Dagoth is the real one should not be falling anytime soon, because I'm pretty sure he has like 25 hit points, so it's going to take them forever to kill him, even if he's completely surrounded on his own. And look at how bloody that guy is just walking around. I think that's one of his bodyguards. Okay, ooh, yes, the militia are routing. Perfect. That means that we should have the body mass advantage now. We can push them out of the doorway. Oh, and Dagoth just cuts that guy's head off. Oh, he actually didn't cut his head off, but he basically should have cut his head off. If this was Shogun 2, he would have cut the guy's head off. Okay, and they're breaking and routing. Awesome. Were there actually 2? Oh, no, that's Dagoth. Their flags are so similar, I'm getting confused. Oh, here come the fast zombies. They're going to chase him down through the door. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. Alright, let's send what's left... these remaining fast zombies in, and I guess these guys as well to hold the gate in case they decide to try and retake it. And I think that's pretty much good. I don't think we really need anyone else. Fortunately, these guys have decided to move up into archer range for some reason, and they've gotten their siege equipment destroyed. So well done them. Alright, so now we're in the city. We kind of got this under control. Let's send everyone to the center. Yep. These guys too, just run to the center. Now we're in command of the city. They're going to have to come around and attack us. Quick, get out there, stop them where they are before they can get to the city center. If I can stop them before they get here, then maybe I can capture this place. Here we go. Alright, they're going to take some casualties, but that's their job. Their job is to stop them from reaching the center. That is all they need to do. And then we can send up just like 1 unit to capture. Come on, don't let them get here. Don't let them get here. Okay, good. Alright, they blocked them. Nice. And then we got the reinforcements coming in. Dagoth is going to come in and help as well, and I just need like 1 unit of zombies here just standing there capturing the city. And I think that's what we're going to do for the time being. Hopefully these Silt Striders stay over there and don't run into the side of us. That would be beautiful. And I got even more reinforcements coming in yet. And we should be pretty much good to go here. As long as the Ash Zombies can hold out. And they're unbreakable, so they should be able to hold out quite some time. Just hopefully they don't get pushed back into the city plaza. And then we have 3 minutes if we can just look like peeking over the top of this little unit blob up here in the top right. We can see we have a little under 3 minutes to hold out. And oh great, yeah, well done allies, shooting our own guys with his mages now. Good. Yeah, this guy is just decimating our own troops by firing that mage into this blob here. We've lost so many guys to those mages already. He's killing them as well, but it's not... That is not justified. Oh, that sucks. What are you doing? He's just like clearing a path for them to reach through us and make it to the plaza. He's... Our ally, quote-unquote, here is basically just working for them right now. Man, come on, that's... Dagoth Muthas, what are you doing? Man, I don't think he likes Dagoth very much. I think he wants to overthrow him and take the leadership or something. Alright. Almost alright. 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left. Just try not to kill too many of our guys in those 15 seconds. Alright, Muthas, what the hell are you doing? We're down to 57 of Dagoth's troops, basically all killed by Muthas' mages here. Yep, okay. Well done. He just kind of... Alright, end the battle before he kills any more of our own guys. We lost 211 men. They're basically all due to this guy firing into our own ranks. Oh, that was ridiculous. I didn't even want him in the battle. You saw me choose night battle. You saw me choose not to control this guy so he wouldn't come to the battlefield. He comes anyways during a night battle and then kills all of our own guys. Well done. Alright, that should be this town ours. Execute the prisoners, of course. Trait increase. I hope it is an increase in unintelligence. Exterminate the populace. We can't afford to just be leaving that open for an uprising. Yes, 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 yes. Trait increase. Who? Dagoth Merciless Conqueror, +4 Dread. Okay, he just increased his trait. Ooh, someone got a Veteran Warrior. What is that? Dagoth a hardened old brother in arms, always there to defend to the last or serve as midfield mentor. Mentor to Dagoth huh? Okay, I mean, whatever. +1 to personal security, improves the chances of detecting and foiling assassination attempts, and +1 to command when commanding infantry. Okay, so it just increases his command a little bit more, because we're going to always have infantry with this faction. God, that sucks that so much damage to these zombies, just because Dagoth Muthus decided to be an idiot. Anyways, alright, let's see what we need to leave behind in order to satisfy this town. They're satisfied with just one. Awesome. And also, let's start building that altar of visions while we can. We need to send one army across first. And Dagoth has the strongest army, so he's the one going. We got him. Can we get 2 of them across in one turn? Yes, okay, awesome. So now, what we need to do, I think, is... What is this army made of? I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm not sure exactly what it's made of, so I don't know. Can I attack? I can attack this turn. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and then we don't have to worry about turning the assassin around, since this guy does not have mages anyways, correct? Yeah, just a general's bodyguard. So I think we can take this. We'll just continue straight on and fight this battle. Let's move him there. We'll move Dagoth over there first, and then have him strike at him. Okay, I cannot command that army in battle. How to do this? 93 men. Why is there 9? Oh, it's reinforcing with the garrison from the town instead. Okay. In that case, what are we facing? We got largely professional force mixed in with some militia ranged units, okay? Yeah, I think Dagoth is not reinforcing because he's separated from these guys via the big army. He's on the other side of them. I think it'll be fine. What does this guy have? He does have 1 Ashbon unit. That's not really preferable to face this. I'm going to withdraw him. He can just stand there for a second. I'm going to attack with Dagoth force instead, if at all possible. No, they can't even move anymore. Okay, in that case, no, withdraw from battle. We're not going to fight that this turn. And we're picking up Dagoth Draelus. He looks pretty solid. 4 stars, plus all that loyalty. All these generals that I've recruited have been pretty loyal. I think that has something to do with our trait, yeah. No, I don't see any loyalty in there. Generally loyal. There's a couple of loyalty traits, but that's not the one. Okay, well, maybe we've just had really good luck with loyalty so far. And here's that rioting, killing all of our soldiers in Ald-Velothi, even though I think there are like a total of the minimum possible number of people living there. So they should be easy to suppress. I guess not. So here's our new spy, shitty as can be. We're just going to send him straight back out to where the other one was. Can't really spy on anyone. Oh well. And another curate to add to this little party in Ald-Velothi, trying to convert them to our religion. Damn them being of free mind and spirit. Expose them to the dreams, damn it. Okay, construction report. Man, everything just finished construction, so we're going to take a hit in the treasury this turn. Oh, Aldrune is ready to upgrade to stone walls. Will that make it? That will make it. It's a large town right now. What does that make it? A small city? I don't know. I guess we'll see after the upgrade's complete. I do really like these settlement-specific traits for generals. So if you send a general off to govern a settlement, then after he's there for a few turns, he'll pick up one of these traits, like Dagoth Felmis right now. I think Lord of Molagmar. That's East Felmis now. We've renamed it. You're calling it the wrong name. Execute them. Anyways, East Felmis, aka Molagmar. We sent Dagoth Felmis over there, so now he's the Lord of Molagmar, +2 loyalty, +3 law, +3 personal security, +10 tax collection. It just kind of incentivizes you to send generals out and kind of give them towns of their own, and then they have this little fancy little, if we go to the recruitment tab, there we go, Lord of Molagmar. It gives them a little bit of lore and everything, and it just, I really like that. That's one of my favorite features so far. It really incentivizes you to send generals out and give them their own towns, because then they get big buffs as well. Large town, that's going to be Aldrune. Yes, ready to upgrade. End of turn. Alright, that's fine. And now I think we're going to hold off on attacking there. First things first, send this guy on his way a little bit further towards this place, and we can switch off these navies. Maybe scout down along the shore with these boats is what I'm thinking, and then see what we can see along the coast. And then over here on this, what are these guys doing? Drez are up here. What is it's just a party over here for some reason. What's up here? I did find a town. Good thing I'm scouting. This is a tribunal city, so that's not a Hlalu city. And the Drez are here? The Drez are way down south. What are they doing up here? Oh, I do see a little bit of gray on the map. I think this area is... Yeah, there we go. The Drez are already pushing way up here on tribunal territory. Ooh. It's not looking great for the tribunal right now. And the Hlalu are up here. There's nothing here. Why are they here? Shouldn't they be attacking something? Just partying at my borders? Maybe they read my plan, and now they're planning to come up and attack Proloris, because that's just what they do. They don't like me very much. And heresy in my ranks, that's no good. Daedric Cultures, fortunately, he's only 95% chance. Take him out, and we're going to get some experience over here. Trait increase, that's a +1 piety. Ooh, he's really good. Holy crap. Dagoth Galmus, huh? Hopefully he does not go rebel, because I don't think we can take him out if he does. This place was upward of 90% cult of Dagoth and there was no rebellion a little while ago. So I'm going to keep a couple of these guys in this territory just to keep it on our side. In fact, I'm going to create another priest as well, because we lost one due to heresy up here. And we'll send him back into... Who is this? Nordic Navy, Skyrim. Skyrim is coming to say hi. Hey, how are you guys doing? Alright, they're our trade partners. They should be fine. Anyways, Pelagiad. Yeah, Pelagiad, I don't know if we can actually take that out. I think this dude is keeping it under control pretty well. So, we're going to have to instead focus on Seydanine, I think, and possibly Ebonheart Castle. Just places where they're not housing generals. But I want to force them to choose one or the other. Because this general, like, if I concentrate entirely on Seydanine now, that general can just jump over to Seydanine, and then Pelagiad will be fine. So if I force him to choose between one, then he'll lose one no matter what it is. Alright, up here in Nisus, the computer is telling me that I have an advantage, and yeah, it's just all militia. That should be fine. We'll go ahead and launch this attack. We will be fighting uphill, but I really don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Plus, I can hopefully flank them. They only have 3 spear militia units. I'm not sure they're going to be able to cover the entire entrance with that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to send these guys all up here. Just sprint towards the top. They're just going to stand there in here, which means they're going to fight to the death annoyingly. We can't take advantage of their low morale, I suppose. The Dreamers can basically just stay behind because we don't need them. I guess I will move them up just in case they're required in some way. But they're not really going to do us much good. Plus, they're going to be so slow that the battle's probably going to be over before they even reach the top of the hill, frankly. I do like how they look, though. I just really like those shields for some reason. Almost like a full body, like a kite shield almost. What do you call that? A tower shield? Oh, what if these... Never mind, they've decided to put down their shields and their swords. They're laying down their arms. They know they don't even need it this time. They're just going to let the zombies take care of it. And the Corporate Stalkers are so much faster. Sprinting up the hills, it's a little bit terrifying. Yep. I wonder who's faster between Corporate Stalkers and Ash Zombies. I think probably Ash Zombies, but I don't know, maybe they just all have the same speed. I see a lot of limbering up going on. That concerns me. They're warming up. Can't give them time to warm up. Where did this guy before go? This bow stretchy guy. There's always one guy who's like stretching the string on his bow. I know you're there. They know I'm looking at them now. They're not going to do it. Alright, don't do it. Stop that. It's bad for your strings. Oh, there he is. I see him. That guy. Right there. Stop that. I caught you. Red-handed. Probably literally red-handed. You're going to be doing that all day long. Your fingers are going to be getting bloody, man. That can hurt. I played guitar. I know what I'm talking about. And those tiny strings, they hurt your fingers more than you know. So we're going to send these guys around that side, and we're going to send these guys around this side, and we're just going to sandwich them. And that's how this is going to play out. And then you guys can just... General, when he gets up to here, he can start attacking. We're already tired from running up this hill. I suppose I probably should have walked, but oh well, don't really care. They're militia, that shouldn't make that big of a difference. And, eventually this will happen. They've just kind of forced me to run a very long distance to get to them, annoyingly. Just decided to fight in the town square. I mean, it's a smart decision. It's just annoying trying to wait and make it up here. Alright, well, we're finally about to start the battle, I think. Yep, there we go. That side is engaged. You keep moving, don't stop. We gotta get you to hit the back. Are these archers here? No, those are the spear militia. Let's try and shoot the gap in between them and maybe separate them a little bit. And then I can kind of hopefully trap these guys outside of the spawn zone, and then they'll route into our own guys. And we can hopefully at least get a couple of kills that way. Now keep running, keep going. There you go. Alright, separate them, just run through. Alright, no, stop them. Don't let them get into the zone. Hopefully we can rout them. Alright, that should be fine, and then we'll help these guys out on the flank with these zombies. There we go. And now we just kind of wait for an hour and see how this battle plays out. Fortunately, I think even our zombies are better than spear militia. I believe they are. Which is awesome because they also have infinite morale. So maybe I'm not giving these guys the credit they deserve. They come in, Corporate Stalkers come in units of 200. They're stronger than militia. They never rout. So maybe, yeah, maybe I'm just underestimating my own foot troops a little bit here. But I don't know, we'll see. In before they lose to the militia. Watch, it's gonna happen. I don't know, these guys think victory is certain. Interestingly. And there are way more of our bodies on the floor than there are their bodies, so maybe they are stronger. Maybe militia are stronger than my guys. I don't know. It's a little bit concerning in that case, fighting them inside of the infinite morale zone, since then we don't have the advantage of not breaking. Still though, I don't think they can hold out for long. This flank is starting to break. There's just a couple of guys left defending it, and then we're going to start wrapping them up here. These guys are already coming back past into the center and attacking from this end. So I don't think they're going to really last that long. They might be holding out all right now, but they won't be for long. Unfortunately, they have pushed us out of the center. So our original foothold here is gone. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's a lot of dead zombies. That's too bad. I guess that strategy didn't quite work out. General's coming in now. He's exhausted, but he's going to be a better fighter than the rest. He should be able to take on militia if they can't handle it themselves. Alright, so we've clipped off that flank now. Oh, there's one guy left. A couple of them. They're completely surrounded by zombies here. The heroic militiamen just fighting for their lives. I think those are archers too. Yeah, archer militia. Although I have noticed a lot of times the archers do seem to be just as strong as the infantry in this mod, which is a little bit odd, but whatever. Oh! Okay, that was the enemy. I thought that was my general for a second. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Yep, okay, so that's them. That doesn't make any difference whatsoever since they're in the infinite morale zone. Yep, this flank is... They finally managed to take that guy out. This guy is still defending himself over here. Just punch him in the face. No, don't... What is this honor over here? Just maul him. You're zombies. Don't you know how to zombie? Alright, so looks like... Let me flash that again. Yeah, we're taking out this flank. We are overwhelming them there, but they're overwhelming us here. I'm a little bit confused as to why that's happening. I think it's because these are the archers up here. So the spearmen are actually, looks like, a little bit stronger than the archers. And they're over here in the back fighting off our flank. Or their flank, I suppose. Let me flash that again, see how we're doing. We do have the Dreamers coming up. If we need them, they'll be there. We'll support this front as well with this second unit of Dreamers. They'll make it around there eventually. They are just arriving now, so they did arrive before the battle ended, to their credit. And the general is just going to start getting in the fight shortly here, and then he should do some good work. In fact, I think I'm going to... Let's pull the zombies back for a moment. Pull the zombies back so the general can get in here and start fighting them himself. Those ones, pull them back as well. Yep, general to the front lines. Okay, now move back in there and fight. And hopefully that will start making some progress now that we have some actual trained infantry on the front lines. Yep, there we go. Now the militia are going down. Beautiful. Oh yeah, much better indeed. Already they're down to this many. So that makes a huge difference. I'd much rather have these guys than corporate stalkers, no doubt about it. I suppose that's kind of stating the obvious though. Why not? Come on, Dreamers, get involved. Why not? Have some fun. Alright, last few, we're just speeding it up. One left, and... Come on, take him out. What are you doing, zombies? He's so on his own there that he can take out a bow and start shooting. There we go. Okay, they learned to zombie. Awesome. And lots of casualties, but that's because I had shitty kind of militia. I mean, these are basically my militia units. My version of militia, so that's fine. One unit left over there. He didn't die. I'll give him that. And... got some experience, but they probably lost it straight away because they're down to, yeah, 48. So retraining them, they're just going to lose that experience. No progress, but we did retake the city, and that's what we were looking to do anyways. We can always retrain those guys later. And there we go. The Lord of Nessus is back in command of Nessus, all as it should be. Beautiful. And then we got our other general on his way. to reinforce Al-Velothi. Who is this? Yeah, rebels. Ashland rebels are starting to pop up because they're so unhappy. It looks like. And is that religion getting any better? It's still at 140. That's not very good. Daedric cults, Tribunal Temple. Some of these people still believe in the Tribunal Temple, even though Vivek, their supposed god, is dead. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, we've actually completely depleted, as you can see in the bottom right here, we've actually completely depleted our money supply. I don't know that we've actually done that before in this playthrough. So we got to start, we're starting to run dry on the coffers here. We really got to start making some money here. It's a Nisus. We're going to build the next level of market. Right next, and then every time I get the chance from this point on, I'm going to be building financial buildings for the time being. Anyways, now over here in Sadrith Mora, let's attack with Dagoth Ur's army. He is supposedly at a disadvantage. No, do not allow that to be commanded by the AI. That's just a recipe for disaster. We're going to try and take advantage of our 2 units of Ashbon here to thin down these troops as much as possible before they make it to us, I think. I am, even though it says we should lose this, we got 1,000 men. We do have Dagoth Ur's unit is being retrained. I'm not sure why that happens, but Dagoth Ur's unit in particular retrains itself in the field. So he's back up to 72. He's almost at full strength, I think. Maybe he is at full strength. I don't remember. I think it's like 80 is full strength. Not sure, 100% sure on that. Anyways, we do have him. Super heavy infantry there. We have some zombies, some infantry to cover for the Ashbon. I think we can handle this. Just 2,000 guys. Yeah, let's give it a shot. So it appears that the RNG gods are smiling upon us this day because we've been given a massive hill to stand on top of. So that will help our cause immensely. Let's move these ballista to places where they can actually fire from. If we can do that, that would be nice. Or not. I guess they'll just have to make do. No, we'll move them over here, I think. I think they can make it over there before the enemy reaches us. And then you guys move up a little bit as well. I couldn't deploy them exactly where I wanted because there's a little bit of terrain glitchiness in this game. That's just a medieval 2 sort of thing. There we go. Okay, now we got our Ashbon firing upon them from the hilltops. Awesome. They're going to take a whole bunch of casualties before they even make it to us. Oh man, that's beautiful. And they got the perfect angle down the hill here to just hit massive swaths of troops. That's crazy. Okay, I'm not too worried about those dudes though. So I wish you'd stop targeting the militia. That's not something we need to do. This guy's on this angle, so we'll have him attacking there, and you attacking there. Alright, there we go, there we go. Take as many of these professional troops out before they get to us as possible. I am not concerned about the archers. They can archer all that they want. They can do the archer. I will form up a line though with these zombies. They do get combat bonuses in the woods, so that's beautiful. We can send them around, and in this flank is wooded, so perfect. I'll send them right there, and we'll fight in the woods. They are going to charge up the hill. I'm just going to charge at them. Wait, not yet, not yet. Okay, go for it. Now, Ashbon, stop firing at them now. Fire at someone else if you would be so kind. Oh, they're already retreating. In that case, fall back. Let them run up the hill at us at this point. We have our mages. Let them deal as much damage as possible before we are forced to deal with it ourselves. In the meantime, you guys, what are you doing? Okay, they're routing already. In that case, target this guy, the general. Take the general out if at all possible. And then, if they're already routing at this point and the general falls, it's going to be a mass rout. That's going to be a beautiful thing. These guys can just charge down the hill at them. Downhill charge should do a lot of good. They're ash zombies, so they should be able to take them out fairly simply. These guys will stay in reserve while our Ashbon take out as many as possible. Are these firing? Yeah, you guys can just go ahead and fire if you want. Why not? I thought they just automatically went to fire at will by default, but I suppose they don't. And then, oh, they're attacking. Nope, you can't have that. We can't have that happening. Ashbon, just get out of there for now. I don't need that. Oh, they're not even going for the Ashbon. Okay, they're routing already. Never mind. That's fine. Keep targeting the general. All of you, keep targeting the general. We've basically defeated the infantry already, I suppose. I'd rather not lose these guys. Alright, you guys go on and help them, because I don't want to lose the ash zombies, if at all possible. And That's been a pretty good battle. I like hills. Hills help me a lot. You guys can charge down the hill with them, speaking of. We'll just kind of get a little bit of a surround off. Well, these guys try to snipe them. Okay, they're already... Okay, stop firing at them now. They're in the middle of all of our dudes. So then, okay, now we have the general surrounded. He just ran straight into there, into the trap. Alright, and his dude's broke. Dagoth, why not go down there and fight against their general? He's kind of come to you, so it would be impolite not to welcome him accordingly with our own nobility. And these guys are just running like crazy. There's nothing left of them. Oh, ow. That's brutal. Oh, the mages. Alright, the general's bodyguards. Aren't you supposed to... Oh, that's the actual general. Wait a second. No, never mind. Okay, there were two generals' bodyguards. I see. I see how it is. So we capture one of their generals, and this is the other general. He's just kind of sitting there. So in that case, all of you guys, why don't you just concentrate fire on him and try to kill him? That would be nice. And then you guys can just run back up the hill. That would be beautiful. End battle? No. Continue battle, of course. Of course, of course. Now, these guys, where are you? Oh, and there goes the other general. Beautiful. Okay, no. Alright, you guys just stop firing. You're just killing our own guys. Actually, start firing, but fire at them, the ones that are furthest away. And these guys chase someone down. I don't really care who. We're just going to start chasing them down with rash zombies, basically, at this point. And there we go. Beautiful. And what are you guys doing? Come on, get up there. In fact, just if I tell them to actually target a unit, they kind of get all glitchy. I kind of have to click past the unit, have them run past, and then when they get close, then I tell them to attack. That seems to be the only way to get them to actually do what they're supposed to be doing. And there we go, Dagoth, another heroic victory for him. I think this is his second heroic victory overall, and his second heroic victory on the Isle of Sadrith Mora. So this is just a lucky island for him, I guess. 48 men lost in order to kill over 2,000 of them. It's like 2,150 or something. And any experience gained, Ash Zombies gain 1 unit of experience. That's it. Come on. It's a heroic battle. Get more experience than that. Alright, so they fall. Are they all? Yes, they're gone because they don't have anywhere to run on the island. Beautiful. And yep, now we have 2. Is this Dagoth also? Yep, Lord Dagoth the Mauler, and let's move him away a little bit. And Lord Dagoth the Merciless. Alright, 2 heroic battles. Both the 2 heroic battles of Sadrith Mora. Beautiful. So then now, I think, what do I want to do here? I want to merge some of these units. I need Dagoth at max strength because his army is going to be the one that goes down here and try and take out the Telvanni capital, I think. So let's merge all these forces together and see how strong we can make it. So these are what the armies look like now. That's Dagoth force. This guy, I don't know why he's up front. He should be in the back, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I wish I could organize these unit cards. I wish I could organize these unit cards just by dragging, dropping, but that's not, unfortunately, how it works. You have to actually, if you want to reorganize the units, take 1 unit, send them out of the army, and send them back in, and then they'll be the last unit in the army, which is a little bit annoying. Plus, it wastes movement points, but whatever. So first things first, I think, is to send Dagoth Muthiz back over here towards the mainland. So we're going to start with that. Yep, next turn we'll drop him off, and then Dagoth can rest in the city for the time being. We'll send Dagoth force. I love these battle markers. Awesome. I love how they're kind of piling up. We'll send Dagoth in that boat after it gets back up towards, what's this place called again? Whatever, the Telvanni capital. And then hopefully, if everything goes ideally, this assassin will manage to kill their family member. That will end up being the last family member, and then this will be just a really weak rebel settlement when we get there. So we'll see how that works out. Meanwhile, our Dreamer Swordsmen have made it back to Vivek, and we're almost entirely retrained. We just have 1 unit left to retrain, and then we'll be good. And I don't know if we have enough to retrain them right now. No more units of this type of elf. No, I don't have enough Dreamer Swordsmen piled up in this city yet in order to retrain them. So I think our new family member, Dagoth Draelus over here, he's kind of won the lottery because he gets to go down here and be the Lord of Vivek. So he just came at the right time. He's at the right place at the right time. Uh-oh. We've discovered a Wayrest port. That's a new faction. I think Wayrest is actually a faction. I don't know about them though. I think for some reason I remember them being like a Daggerfall, but not like a rival to Daggerfall. I really don't know anything about this part of the world though. I've never played Daggerfall and I don't know much about the lore in this area. This is an Imperial fortress. I think Wayrest is somewhere around this area, and then Daggerfall is down here by the tip, if memory serves. I guess we'll find out. There's a lot of, like, I guess we'll find out going on here. Eventually I'll know. Alright, there's more rioting, but nobody was harmed this time. Good, good, good. Okay, we can hold out a little bit longer. And agent recruited. Oh, I recruited him in the wrong area. Oh, of course. Now I can train a general's bodyguard in Vivek, now that I've sent someone in order to command Vivek. Can I retrain them yet? No. Uh-oh, Seydanine is rebelling. Why are they have a massive force outside of Seydanine for some reason. Why are they doing that? If they put that massive... I should have kept that. That's a lot of buildings that were finished. If they kept this massive force in Seydanine, I think they'd be able to contain the rebellion. But instead, they're outside. Lord Dagoth the Engineer. Okay, that's a little bit less appropriate, but okay, why not? Engineer, sure. I suppose you could say that he's doing a little bit of social engineering here. Engineer, +2 command when assaulting walls, +60 build points. I think that means, yeah, he can build more siege equipment. All kinds of... A monk. Man, we got a lot of cool retinue stuff this turn. Dagoth Milan picks up a monk, +1 piety. Why does a monk give -1 purity? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so on and so forth. Royal Seminarian. I don't even know what that is, but it's apparently entirely a good thing. +1 unorthodoxy. I don't know about that. Is unorthodoxy good? I don't even know what unorthodoxy is. Tax farmer. Okay, so on and so forth. We got a lot of retinue stuff and a lot of buildings to build here. Yep, we're running dry on money here. I haven't managed to build everything this turn. I'm pretty sure that little invisible money advantage is starting to dissipate. Maybe it only takes effect for the first handful of turns, and then just so that hopefully when it's a campaign, House Dagoth has a better chance of escaping from the lands and starting to wreak havoc on Morrowind. That wouldn't surprise me, especially since they're surrounded by enemies. They need a little bit of an advantage to make up for that. Anyways, Proloris. Yeah, he'll garrison Proloris for the time being, I think. Dagoth Muthus' army, and what is this? A whole bunch of curates. Were they always there? Where did the curates come from? I must have landed them in the city with the navy at some point. Well, anyways, I'll start marching them kind of southward towards the border, so that they'll be useful in the future. Oh yeah, no, they were embedded with Dagoth Muthus' army, because he was the one coming up with some troops. Okay, yep, I remember. Yep, we got curates. Alright, they'll be very useful there. We're going to need them in this area in the very near future, and these guys can start heading south as well, while we're on that topic. Okay, and here we go. Let's just fly up here for now. A couple of captains. Let's land him there. He must be there. He must be there. Only a 13% chance for the Archmagister. Do I even want to do that? Is it worth the shot? It's only a 13% chance. How good is this assassin? He's a full... I don't really want to risk that. I don't want to risk my full assassin. Alright, what's this guy's bodyguard like? Can we tell? Telvanni Masters. He does have Telvanni Masters. He probably has a lot of them too. That's annoying. He is on his own though. So if I can launch a quick attack before these armies manage to get back into the city with Dagoth's force here, I can gang up on them. They're alone. So I should be able to take them out. I can launch a night attack and deny them any reinforcements. So yeah, let's get that going. Get Dagoth in that ship. There we go, and we'll start shedding the ship northward ho. He'll land his army in 2 turns. 2 turns, and we can start the invasion. Possibly 3 turns, depending on how long it takes Dagoth to walk there on foot afterwards. But yeah, this is not worth it. Not worth the assassination attempt. I don't want to lose my full assassin trying to take out a 13% chance leader here. That's unfortunate. He does have pretty high subterfuge. What can he see with the rest of these forces? Nothing. He can't see anything. Okay, well, that was kind of pointless then. I think I'm just going to send this guy south at this point, since it's clear we don't really need him here. We're going to keep scouting here. Is there anyone in... Ooh, a general. Okay, so let's send this ship down towards here, and maybe we can assassinate these generals. Just kill as many generals as possible along the coast. He should be easier to take care of than that Archmagister or Telvanni motherfucker, so we should be fine. And you keep scouting. Anyone here? Anyone? Not that I can tell. No. Okay, so just this one town. And these forces have dissipated as well. I wonder where they went. The Hlalu and Dres forces that were up here. Maybe they were up here just kind of raiding the roads a little bit. They didn't actually want to fight a war, but they wanted to say, okay, we're in enemy lands. We're doing good. We're fighting the just cause and everything. And then they realized, okay, well, our northern borders just got taken over by zombies. Maybe we should move on somewhere a little bit safer. And so on they went. I would like to know where they... Ah, man. Fight the temptation. Fight the temptation to turn on, like... what do you call it? I don't even remember what the cheat is, so I can't do it even if I wanted to. There's some kind of cheat that you can activate where you can just see everything on the map. Yeah, whatever. And... send the spy south. Oh, never mind. I don't even need to. I can just send the spy south and do it. That's the power of agents. Wonderful. So they're just kind of wandering around in their territory. I'm going to send this army south, now that they're here, and build some watchtowers along this area so I can see it. And this general's almost made it to Al Velothi. Just one more turn. One more turn. Survive for one more turn, and you'll have a general there, and hopefully he can quell the rebellion. Okay, now, will this be enough? No, it's not enough. No! How's the public order looking? Man, why is the religious unrest so massive? We're 32% cult of Dagoth. It shouldn't be that big. I really don't know what the problem is. Anyways, now that we're running into slight money problems, I think the days of low tax rates are behind us. It's time to start changing these up, not you. You need to stay at low tax rates for the time being because you're rebelling. Time to start changing these places up to like the highest tax rates that we can have, where they're still happy, I think. Alright, landed the assassin on the shores. 95% chance to kill him. Go for it. And mission success. Awesome. So that's gone. That's not Telvanni anymore. That is now Tribunal. One Tribunal General out of the way. Now, should we get him back on the boat, or should we just kind of start exploring this area? I guess I can just kind of start moving him this way on his own now. He's no longer in need of the boat. Also, heresy! 49%, go for it. Yep, alright, he's down, and he's going to get a little bit of experience. How do you look like now? Still just kind of okay. Alright, now we got a watchtower on the border. I don't really want to move into their lands yet. I'd rather build watchtowers in my own territory first. Meanwhile, this navy is just kind of floating on its own. It's not really necessary anymore. So I'm going to get rid of some of the cogs, start phasing cogs out of my navy entirely, just start relying on hulks here, and then we'll send them back up towards this direction, and they can kind of make dock in Firewatch. I think that should be fine. Meanwhile, the rioting in Sedanin has died down, unfortunately. How did they manage that? I don't know why it died down. It should be getting worse, because I still have my priests here, and they're still converting this place. It's now 60% cult of Dagoth. What about Pelagiat? No, still no rioting there, either. I'm sending a couple priests down in this direction as well. Why not recruit another curate over here? Just to kind of add to the force. And then, you know what? Let's go ahead and recruit another general here, because sooner or later, one of these places is going to rebel, and I'm going to need a general to move in there. So, better to be prepared than not be prepared, I suppose. I also don't feel like I need this additional navy of cogs down here in the south moving along the shore, so I'm just going to disband that entire thing at this point. Save myself a bit of upkeep. There we go. And I think that's pretty much summed up everything I need to do around these parts. Aldrune is offering me a Morag Tong Assassin's Guild. That's right here, Morag, Aldrune, kind of near our capital. I think I will accept that. I can think of better things, but a second assassin could be good to have, even though it's not the most convenient place to kind of start training them, and it looks like a lot of my reinforcements, or my garrison upgrades and reinforcements are ready, so that's nice. Whole bunch of construction to do. Seems like when the Ashlanders moved in here, they just kind of demolished all the buildings. The port is gone, the Altar of Visions is gone, anything else I had in here, I don't remember exactly what I had, but they just kind of destroyed everything. So that sucks. Looks like I have to rebuild it. It seems to me like the Tribunal is sending an army in, trying to attack Ebonheart. I don't know what they have, but I doubt anything but a full stack is going to be enough to actually take on these defenses, especially when I have ash spawn on the walls firing down at them. I think we'll be able to hold. Oh, and Sedanin is rebelling again. Beautiful. Alright, good. So Sedanin should hopefully slip out of their grasp shortly. Question is, once it does, how do I deal with it? Gonna be rebel. These guys are now being retrained, So soon I'll be able to move some of these troops over to Sedanin. That's one option. That's probably the best option. So it looks like they're kind of screwing off. They're not going to attack us right now. I guess I don't really blame them. They have bigger targets. I guess we weren't probably their intended target when they came up here. I don't know what they're doing. They've just kind of been running in circles around this area. So that's they want. You do you, buddy. You do whatever you want. I'm just gonna build some towers along the coasts, I think, and we'll see how that fares. If we have some black spots in the middle here, we can go ahead on the way back and build some towers there. Right now I'm just going up the coast and building it that way, though. And let's try to land Dagoth over here now. Why is the ship on land? Okay, apparently I can't land him here this turn. I tried to land him here, and the ship instead decided to... This is like Rome 2 Total War all over again. Ships just flying over the land here. I'm blaming Telvanni dark magic for this shenanigans. Anyways, I guess we'll just save that for next time then. Next turn, we're going to be landing Dagoth on this land. We got some Telvanni masters. We're going to have to make some nice creative use of night attacks here to kind of isolate the Telvanni masters as much as possible. Whichever is the most effective way to do that, we'll decide that next time. But anyways, next time we'll be doing that. Dagoth will have to maybe do a little bit of guerrilla warfare in order to wear these forces down and take Port Telvannis. And down here in our south, it looks like the Tribunal are just about to launch an attack on Ebonheart as well, so we'll see. Can we hold out against that force? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. And then third, but certainly not least, it looks like Sedanin is about ready to rebel. So if that happens shortly, that would be wonderful. Then we can start moving these forces in and trying to take that. We're going to have to be pretty quick, though. In fact, I think I'm going to move some of these forces right out here to the border immediately so that they can hopefully attack next turn immediately. If I don't, then more likely than not, the Imperials are just going to retake it right back with this massive force that's standing outside. So unfortunate that we can't keep them maintained with maintained free upkeep inside the city, but we have to be ready to strike. And then up north, Al-Velothi just will not relent. These people are not happy, all 400 of them. None of them are happy whatsoever. They will not succumb to the dreams. So we'll see whether they plan to rebel or what's going on there. Hopefully these curates that we're moving in by the dozens, okay, not quite dozens, by the handful, are going to be able to make a difference there, but we'll see. And anyways, that's it. But we've been over 50 minutes now. I've been going for over 50 minutes, so I have to cut the episode off here. Next time, all of that's going to happen, and these guys are going to make it home. So cheer for these guys. Who is it? Admiral Dagoth Bemin. Next episode, Admiral Dagoth Bemin's homecoming to Firewatch. See ya then. Oh, and also, Dagoth is building a priest wall along the southern border. Oh, wait, we're still not done yet. I moved the spy south a little bit, and ooh, what is this going on? The Tribunal capital is under a lot of pressure here. They do have a large force defending it, but the Dres have a full stack at plus some, and the Hlalu look like they're down here helping out a little bit as well. So what are you guys doing up here? Get down here. You're missing the party. Anyways, they might fall shortly. We'll see how this battle turns out in the next episode. And then this very well might become the Tribunal capital, which will be very interesting. That's just a hop and a skip away for Dagoth Muthas and his forces. Seriously though, that's it now. Why are you still here? Get out of here! Get off my lawn!